Karen broke into my garage to inspect my car. Now she's facing jail time. I had just gotten home from work, exhausted and eager to relax after a long day. I parked my brand new 2023 BMW 540i in my secure garage and went inside to prepare a modest dinner. Midway through my meal, I remembered that I had left my work bag in the car. Reluctantly, I left the table and headed toward the garage, expecting nothing unusual. As I approached, I noticed the garage door, usually locked, was slightly ajar. A chill ran down my spine. Stepping closer, I pushed the door open and found Karen standing beside my car. Her arms were crossed, and she wore that self-righteous smirk as she inspected my vehicle like it was worthless. "What the hell are you doing in my garage?" I demanded, my annoyance growing.
"Oh, this is yours. I assumed it was just some clutter making the neighborhood look worse."
Karen replied dismissively. I frowned. "You're in my garage, Karen. Get out now." She rolled her eyes.
Relax, I was just checking if it met the HOA's new standards. Frankly, this car doesn't fit the neighborhood's aesthetic.
"The HOA doesn't dictate what cars we can own," I shot back. Karen smirked.
Not yet, but I'm working on it. Meanwhile, I'm helping speed up the process.
Before I could respond, she pulled out her keys and, with a swift motion, dragged them across the side of my car. I watched in horror as a deep scratch marred the flawless finish of my BMW. "Are you serious?" I hissed. "That's vandalism." She shrugged nonchalantly.
It's just a scratch. Maybe now you'll think twice before parking that eyesore here.
I quickly grabbed my phone and took several pictures of the damage, her keys, and her smug expression. Then I dialed the police. 15 minutes later, flashing red and blue lights illuminated my driveway as a police cruiser arrived. A tall officer stepped out and asked, "What's going on here?" I showed him the photos. "She deliberately keyed my car," Karen scoffed.
It's only a tiny scratch. You're overreacting.
The officer inspected the damage and replied, "Ma'am, damaging someone's property is a criminal offense. You're being cited for vandalism, and you'll cover the repair costs." Karen's face flushed with anger.
This is ridiculous. I was only trying to help the neighborhood.
The officer remained unmoved. "If you disagree, you can contest it in court."
You'll regret this.
Karen glared at me. I smiled coolly. "I think you're the one regretting things, Karen." A few days later, I received an official letter from the HOA stating that Karen had attempted to use community funds to pay her fine. After an investigation, the board voted unanimously to remove her from any position. That evening, while I reviewed security footage, I received a call from my insurance company. They confirmed that my BMW would be fully restored in record time. Within a week, my car looked as pristine as the day I bought it. Karen soon avoided me. Her reign of terror ended. No more petty citations, no more HOA overreach, and no more Karen thinking she could impose her standards on the rest of us. I now cherish the lesson learned that day. Standing up for one's rights protects not only property but the dignity of our community. Justice, though sometimes delayed, is inevitable. Reflecting on the entire ordeal, I found solace in the unexpected solidarity of my neighbors. Many had endured similar intrusions, and our shared experiences forged a bond that transcended individual grievances. In the weeks that followed, we organized community meetings and bolstered our neighborhood security measures, determined to protect our homes and personal sanctuaries. This challenge, painful at first, ultimately became a catalyst for positive change. Every moment reinforced my belief in justice and unity, proving that standing up for one's rights strengthens the communal spirit and fortifies us against injustice. With Karen finally out of power, the neighborhood began to thrive again. Conversations replaced conflict, and the HOA returned to its original purpose, serving the residents, not controlling them. For the first time in years, peace was restored, and a true sense of community flourished.